There we go. Let's try that one more time so everybody can hear, okay? I want to make sure everybody is warmly greeted. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the beautiful city of North Miami. My name is Unicia Baker. I'm North Miami Senior Public Information Officer, and I will be your MC today as we mark this momentous occasion in our city. As the Honorable Dr. Smith Joseph, Mayor of North Miami, presents the key to the city to the Honorable Xavier L. Suarez of the Miami-Dade County Board of Commissioners, District 7. Commissioner Suarez, on behalf of the City of North Miami, under the leadership of Mayor Smith Joseph, Vice Mayor Scott Galvin, City Councilman Alex Desumay, Councilman Philippe Biename, Councilwoman Carol Keys, elected City Clerk Michael Etienne, and City Manager Larry M. Spring Jr., we extend the warmest of welcomes to you and your family today, and we are truly honored to have you here with us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to please stand as we present the colors by the North Miami Police Department Honor Guard. Commander Angel Rivera of the NMPD will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Detail, hope, left, right, present, hope.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, hump. Detail, mark time, march. Left, 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 left. Forward, march. Left, left,
Thank you, and please retire the colors. And audience, I'm asking if you'd please remain standing as Major Timothy Belcher of the NMPD leads the invocation.
May we all bow. This is greatly a day that the Lord has made. We ask Him for His blessings on this great day, a day that we honor a gentleman, Mayor Suarez, a day that he watched over each and every one of us as Hurricane Irma came through our path. We ask Him, and we continue to ask Him for the blessings that we receive each and every day. We ask Him to keep us secured and safe from all diseases, injuries, aches and pains, sicknesses and illnesses, to watch us, to keep us strong of all evildoers and the evil ones. We ask Him to keep us blessed and safe from all accidents as we travel to and from our destinations. In God's name we pray, amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. The Honorable Dr. Smith Joseph, Mayor of North Miami, will now come forward with greetings. Please join me in warmly welcoming him as he comes.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Right before I start, I would humbly ask Major Belcher to please come back and perform the Star Spangled Banner for us. Thank you.
If we could please have everyone to stand. I know the honor guard has left out, but we still have the flags up front here. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
You know, they say, when you're a soldier, you should always be ready to fight. Right? So, is this a great morning? Yes. Any Cuban in the house? Only Brazilian in the house. All right, today is as we celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month, and I join with my colleagues, Councilwoman Carol Keys, Councilman Philippe Bien-Aimé, and Councilman Alex Desulme. Unfortunately, Councilman Scott Galvin could not make it here because of his professional duties. And we know we're running out of time because Chairman has to go, soon to be mayor, and he has a lot of duties to attend to at the city of Miami. So we'll do the best that we can. And I'm going to go off the program just a little bit for 2 minutes, if only Honorable Suarez doesn't mind, because right before we started, I met this gentleman, well, not for the first time. I was talking to Mr. Rosado se llama, and he's from Puerto Rico. As I must tell you, I was in a very, very good mood yesterday. Left my office, I headed home, and getting ready for this event. And as you can see, this morning I'm a little bit kind of beat up, because it reminded me back of 2010 when Haiti was hit by this terrible earthquake. And looking at on TV, the news, I saw Mayor Levine, the relief efforts that is being made for Puerto Rico. It's sad. It's very heartbroken. So I am not myself today, because when your neighbor's house is catching fire, you should not be just pretend that it's not happening, because it's all of us. We are part of a big universe, and we are evolving in a symbiotic relationship. When you hurt, I hurt. When you in pain, I'm in pain. So when we rejoice, we try to rejoice together. That's when we have to forget about all these extra political things that are going on, violence and terrorism and so forth. Whenever these kind of events happen, it reminds us how vulnerable that we are as a race. Not the white race, not the Chinese, but the human race. So for that, please forgive me. I'm going to ask Mr. Rosado Marlo to please come forward and give us a brief synopsis of what he's been doing for Puerto Rico, and what actually we're going to be doing as a city as well, in tandem with them. Just 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mayor. And I want to say something to you. I just got back from, yeah, all right. I was in Haiti 2 weeks ago, and I assure you that we are also doing great improvements in our efforts in Haiti. We have 3 orphanages in Haiti that we have been helping endlessly for the last 2 years. So I thank you for extending your great city to me for the efforts for Puerto Rico. I want to say something about Mayor Suarez. You don't know this, but when I was a kid, I'm sitting in church, and my mother says to me, because when you're a kid and you're in church and you're moving and you're yawning and you're stretching, and my mother says to me, "Hey, relax. You know who that man sitting next to you is? Mayor Suarez. That's how I met you. I sat next to you in church, San Roberto Belalmino, many, 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 many years ago. So, and since then, I know that you've gone to do so many great things. So, thank you for all your service. I was talking to the mayor earlier this morning. first, let me say I love North Miami. North Miami has been such a great supporter of the stuff I do, the music I do, and as this 7th, the 7th of October, we'll be at La Gran Fiesta, which we're gonna use as a platform to help Puerto Rico and being Puerto Rican, and also having grown in North Miami. I want to say that I love this city. This is such an amazing city. So thank you, Mayor. You're doing a great job. And again, thank you. We were able to send an airplane to Puerto Rico on Saturday with 110,000 pounds of food and water, and we're sending one today also, and we're sending another one on Saturday. And that's just something we're doing, just a couple of guys helping. I hope that after our talk, we're going to be able to bring that effort to a much, much stronger level. So thank you very much. Thank you, the City of North Miami. I know we have Aspira here, which is a Puerto Rican organization. And I want to say one more thing. I invited her. I took the liberty to invite her here today because it's what's really going on. Suli lives in North Miami now. She contacted me because she saw what we were doing to tell me that her friend in Puerto Rico, her father's friend, is dying because he just simply needs his respirator to turn on. So I'm just saying, this is the real face of what's going on in Puerto Rico, and it's this close. It's in the city of North Miami. So I just wanted you guys to see someone that's actually going through a real problem. So thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor Suarez. And God bless your city.
Thank you. And if you're asking yourself why we're doing this today, honoring a big giant in the Miami-Dade County, this is Hispanic Heritage Month, and I shouldn't really take the full credit for choosing you, and because I was having a brainstorm meeting with a few people, and one specific person, he pointed out that all the efforts, everything that you have done, not just for Miami-Dade County, but especially for the Haitians. You are an unsung hero, and I must say that because you're the type of person, you don't go on TV, you don't blow your own horn and say what you have done, but you have done a lot. And hopefully it will come out when your son comes and talks about you a little bit. But if I can say just one thing, this is a gentleman who actually flew to Washington, D.C. with a delegation, including Rango Kaya, he can attest to that. And they went to the White House and advocated on behalf of the Haitians, immigrants in this country. So kudos to you, and this is an honor that is very, very, very well deserved. And also I should present to you my wonderful wife who's here, Attorney Patricia Saint-Ville Joseph. Actually, she's the first attorney of the city of Haitian descent. And also, please, the council, please stand up, I'll turn around so that the audience can actually see it. And now I will yield the microphone to our dear Ms. Baker, who will do the acknowledgement of the dignitaries.
Thank you, Mayor Joseph. And I would now like to take a moment to recognize our elected officials, distinguished guests, and City of North Miami administration here with us today. Once again, I would like to introduce to you our Honorable Mayor, Dr. Smith Joseph, and Mrs. Joseph, sitting at his side. Councilwoman Carol Keys, Councilman Philippe Bien-Aimé, Councilman Alex Desumé, City Manager Larry M. Spring Jr., City Attorney Jeff Cazot, Deputy City Manager Arthur H. Story III, Chief of Staff Natasha Colebrook Williams, Interim North Miami Police Chief Larry Jariga and Command Staff. Also here with us today are elected officials from throughout our area who are also celebrating with us today, beginning with, on behalf of Carlos Jimenez's office, City of Miami, we have Jonathan Moses. we have the Honorable Francis Suarez, City of Miami, Commissioner, District 4. Celia Maria Ruiz Paz is here on the behalf of the Honorable John E. Aleman, City of Miami Beach. The Honorable Luciana L. Suarez, Commissioner, City of West Miami. Commissioner Harvey Bilt is here on the behalf of the city or the village of Biscayne Park. Thank you for coming. The Honorable George Vallejo, Mayor, the City of North Miami Beach. The Honorable Diana Gonzalez White, Miami-Dade County 11th Judicial Circuit Court of Florida, Judge. Okay. Thank you for coming. Also, the Honorable Philip Levine, the City of Miami Beach. I do apologize for the oversight. Thank you. We have the Honorable Daphne Campbell, Florida State Senator, District 38. Thank you for coming. Also here with us, we have Keith Hall, President of the North Miami Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Stephen Mall, Vice Provost of Florida International University. Also present, Eric Knowles, President of the Miami-Dade County Chamber of Commerce. I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. Occasions such as these are very special in the city of North Miami, and we are delighted to have each and every one of you here with us. Now, if you didn't already know, the city of North Miami proudly celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month from September 7th to October 20th. This is time when we celebrate Latino culture, customs, art, history, and leaders like Commissioner Suarez, who we're honoring today. Coming forward with a few words on what Hispanic Heritage Month means to the city of North Miami, I would like to introduce our Honorary Hispanic Heritage Month Chairwoman, Councilwoman Carol Keys, and our 2017 Chairwoman, Rosa Henriquez.
Buenos días y bienvenidos a la ciudad de Norte Miami. Okay. As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, I would like to thank our Mayor Smith Joseph for choosing to honor Commissioner Xavier Suarez. Thank you. The city of North Miami feels the pain of Puerto Rico and all of the neighboring Caribbean islands, and we will, as you've heard, we are in preparation to join the relief efforts, and we will be inviting all of you to join our efforts. This is very important. While we are celebrating and recognizing the month, we still want to recognize our neighbors. And I think Rosa will be telling you that. And thank you, Marlo Rosada, for being here, who we've been working with, and is going to help us with those efforts. I would like to recognize our Hispanic Heritage Month Committee, who has been working very hard to organize a month-long chain of events for the Hispanic Heritage Month. Unfortunately, we were also affected by Hurricane Irma, and several of those events were canceled, but we had it in our hearts to really recognize that. Would the committee stand up? Rosa's our chair, and be recognized. Thank you. And again, Rosa will tell you more about our Hispanic Heritage Month, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the city of North Miami. So as Marlo and Councilwoman mentioned, our biggest event is October the 7th. We celebrate La Gran Fiesta. We will have music, dancing, local Latin flavors, and family fun. We also have a series of art workshops at the City of North Miami Public Library every Saturday. This is a very nice workshop for children and youth, and it's between 1 and 2 p.m. The Greater North Miami Chamber of Commerce will host a luncheon on October the 11th at the Miami Shores Country Club, and Our keynote speaker is none other than Commissioner Francis Suarez. He is present right here. Yes. We will have an art unveiling by Colombian artist Alicia Maria Vallejo during our next council meeting as well. And closing up the month, October the 20th, will be a reception at the North Miami Library featuring the art of Alicia Maria Vallejo. I hope to see you all there, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you to both of our Hispanic Heritage Month chairwomen. And please note that you can log on to www.northmiamifl.gov to find out /celebrate to find out our latest lineup of events if you want to review those later. And you can also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter. At this time, I would like to invite, for your listening pleasure, the talented local saxophonist Louis Diesla, who will come forward with the musical selection. Please welcome him as he comes. Thank you. How about another round of applause for our performer? At this time, I would like to invite the Honorable Francis X. Suarez, City of Miami Commissioner, to the podium to introduce today's honored guest, who, by the way, is his dad.
I'll try to keep it together. And I have to say, I don't know if Mr. Rosado is still here, but I can identify because in Mass, I too was often a restless kid sitting next to the mayor. So I can totally identify with that. And I have to say, I don't often have an opportunity to introduce my father. It's not something that I commonly have the opportunity to do. And I don't, after being a public official now for 8 years, I don't often get nervous speaking in public. But I have to say there's a little bit of nerves here because I want to do faith and justice to his work. And I think he's led such a perfect career of public service that for me, it would be a disservice if I was not perfect in my presentation of what he has achieved and accomplished for this community. And it feels a little bit like one of those Hall of Fame ceremonies, you know, where you get to, sometimes the inductee chooses the person who introduces him, and he chooses a family member, a son, a daughter, and you'd like to think that it's because you're the favorite, right? But I have to be honest, my mother and my sisters are not here. So It may be because I'm the only one. So I can tell you that my father first started his career in 1979, running for office for the first time. People often say, I did the first fundraiser for you, and then they quote the wrong year. So it's always fun. But they may say that because he also ran for office in 1981, 1983, 1985, 1987, 1989, 1996, 1997, 2001, 2004, 2006, 2010, 2012, and 2016. 14 times. Now, that may be coincidental, or it may be because he's the ninth of 14 children. I'm not sure which one it is. But I can tell you, many people have said, and the mayor reminds me, and Ringo, who's here, have recently said in a fundraiser that I had in North Miami that he was Miami's first Haitian mayor. And I can honestly say, some people say that someone is colorblind. I think he is culture blind. He is someone that has lived his life convinced that every member of our community has infinite value. And that has always taught me, and he gets emotional when I say it, because even though he does treat everyone equally, he does emphasize that the least in our community deserve our greatest love, our greatest attention, and our greatest effort. And for that reason, I am sure that when the day comes that he is standing before the gates of heaven, don't call me now, not a good time, and Jesus or Peter or Mary or whoever is there guarding the gates asks him, I was hungry, did you give me food? And the answer will be yes. I was naked, and did you clothe me? And the answer will be yes. I was in prison, and did you visit me? And the answer will be yes. Esteemed mayor and commissioners of this great city, you do my father, my family, and my city a great honor today in recognizing our former mayor and giving him the keys to this beautiful and wonderful city. I am certain that because of his work on behalf of the Haitian community, the city of North Miami, and all communities of this very broad and comprehensive county, that he will not only receive the keys to the city today, but will also receive the keys to heaven tomorrow. Figuratively speaking, of course. So, right. As they said once, tomorrow and tomorrow, right? So it is without further ado that I proudly introduce to you my father, Xavier Suarez.
At this time, I would like to invite Mayor Joseph back to the podium.
Good morning again. Buenos días. ¿Todo bien? Sí. You have to remember, this is Cuba. You have to speak Spanish. Okay? So pretty much, again, this is a very emotional moment for us. You know, it takes a lot of courage, you know, to recognize the people who have gone to battle for us. And one of the great, I guess, writer, philosopher, I should say also, Mahatma Gandhi said, you do not measure the success of someone by the wealth that they have acquired over the years, and not the beautiful wife that they may have, or the handsome kids. But you really judge somebody's success by the efforts and the impact that they have made in their environment where they evolve. And this gentleman is a very successful gentleman. because he has impacted the lives of many people in South Florida. So had it not been for the work that he had done, maybe I wouldn't be mayor today. You don't know. You don't know, because I came to this country as an illegal alien. Okay, as an illegal alien, I came. I'm one of the boat people that you actually helped when you went to Washington, D.C. Okay? So, also it takes a great man to admit, where he came from and gets rooted in his culture and what he aspires to and where he's headed based on the path that God has prepared for him. So for this, I should say that also that there is one person who doesn't want me to mention, I don't want to see his or her name because then you will have an idea of whom I'm talking about. That person was very instrumental in you sitting here today and receiving this honor. And maybe I should say who it is? Do you think I should say? Okay. Ms. Woodson, would you please stand up? Right. My wife say I should say your name. Yeah, it's woman to woman, sister to sister, right? All right, so at this point of time, we'll ask Honorable Xavier Suarez. This key, actually, no, I should ask the council to please come forward. Oh, any son. Oh, you have a son too?
Pretty soon they're going to forget the dad.
The Honorable Xavier Suarez, Miami-Dade County Board of Commissioners, District 7, and former mayor of the city of Miami, in recognition of your pioneering accomplishments and contributions to the South Florida community. Your dedicated service to the people of this community is well appreciated, and that's why we're doing this today. Because oftentimes, we keep inviting you to come to our meetings and you don't come because... No, because when I ask you, hey, I see you at the TPO meeting, you say, hey, man, why didn't you come? I got your letter of support, for the smart plan and everything, but the only excuse that he always gives me, Mayor, I came a little bit late, but the door was locked. Now you have no more excuse, my friend. Okay? Okay? No excuse. All right. So you want to go to the middle? How do you want to do it?
And have his son on the other side.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Vallejo. Thank you, future Mayor. As we got started with the little cocktail party reception, minus the rum, next time let's see if we can get that resolved here. I was worried for a little while that every once in a while I'd see that your city manager would walk out, and I kept thinking, who's going to pay for all of this? Get that man back in here. We trained him well in the city of Miami, didn't we, Mayor? But, and Mrs. Woodson, it's an honor to have you here, and I heard your testimony at the event that you had for Francis, and it was very moving. It's a fantastic video. One time, Patricia, when I was running for office and I was in a debate against Maurice Ferre, and he came with his wife, and I came with my wife. And so I said, I want to recognize the First Lady of the City of Miami, Mercedes Ferre. And then I said, and I want to recognize the future First Lady of the City of Miami, my wife. So
and there were no term limitations. We were in a battle, believe me. One of the few that I won, I think, of the ones that Francis mentioned. You know, the situation with Francis is totally getting out of control to the point that I'm no longer a sort of a real entity. You know, I am Francis's dad. And so I told everyone, get as many pictures as you can, because once he walks in, nobody wants to take a picture with me anymore, you know. So it gets a little bit out of hand. I want everyone to know, too, that I was a refugee, and I don't forget where I came from. I didn't mean to tell this story, but it's a very telling story for the people that were in this country, you know, much longer than I was. I went to live in Washington, D.C., and I went to a very good school there. And my dad thought that I should go to the best school that he could get me into, and they gave me a test. And the test had an English and a math part. And the principal came back with the results, and he told my dad, Dr. Suarez, it's a good thing that your son is very good in math, because his English is not so good. And one of the questions was, of the following 4 words, which one is not in the same category with the other 3? And the words were stream, river, creek, and mustard. And Mayor, I got it wrong. Okay. After that, there were a few degrees, you know, and a few summa cum laudes and a few other things, but we won't go into all of that. I used to tell my colleagues on the city commission, you know, sometimes they would say irregardless, and I would say, I'm just a Cuban refugee, but that word doesn't exist. Between you and me, and the lawyers always say between you and I, and people with PhDs, and I say, I'm just a Cuban refugee, but it's a prepositional phrase. You're supposed to say between you and me. You know, the Benedictines taught me that, you know. So it's a great honor in every possible way. And I was trying to figure out something that I could say. And I want to recognize some of your major builders, because that little project that you have, and I've been practicing saying this correctly, no longer calling it the old name. It's Sole Mia? Yes. Okay, not Mio, or either. Okay, Sole Mia. The senator knows, of course. She's working on the tax base of the state of Florida. And you're working on the tax base. It's about a $2 billion project, I think, over 15 years. And I heard $4 billion. See? They're saying $2 billion over there. You better work that out, Mayor.
We want more taxes.
Yes. And the mayor and councilman from your own city and Biscayne Gardens, you just honor me by being here. Mayor Vallejo always has a thing where he somehow gets into the social media before everyone else, you know. And he always looks taller and handsomer than the rest of us, Mayor. You know, so you know, it's just it's just all you can do about it. I'm so happy that, and I've been practicing saying the chief's last name, Juriga. Am I close? And of course your major, I ran into your major, Belcher, did I say that correctly? At a commencement speech that I gave recently, and I was hoping he'd be here. And of course Larry set it up so you don't have to pay for anyone to sing the national anthem or give the invocation. He's triple teaming. By the way, before Francis got here, I clarified to your city attorney, your chief of staff, your police chief, your city manager, of course, because, you know, he used, yes, and you know, they're going to want an increase in salary. If you see him talking to Francis a lot, okay? So you don't want to lose them. Get ready. That chief looks pretty big and impressive, you know. The city of Miami. And of course, Larry goes way back with us anyhow. All my staff is here, and I never introduce them. God bless them all. I'd like all of them to stand up. Mayor, please have a seat. During the hurricane, they went all out in all the senior centers. They did amazing things. God bless them all. Francis did something a little bit beyond their capacity, and I think Sergeant that's back there and the other Sergeant, Suarez and Lampro, were aware of this, but he commandeered a SWAT vehicle, and that's how he went out there and fought those 2 cranes that were loose. So I've been writing about that. Fed hundreds of people. When the county, I thought it was thousands that you took ice to and fed hundreds. Well, both. You know, he won't be officially mayor until November 7th, okay? That's the election. And then actually sworn in later than that, so I don't have to call him mayor yet, okay? I just call him Francis. Besides that fantastic project, this city is on its way to being linked by rail, by a commuter rail, that we have fought for at the former MPO, now TPO. They keep changing the name on us, Mayor. And he does attend every single one. I think you and I are probably the only 2 that ever attended every single one. He's missed a couple until he became vice chairman, and then, yeah, he took over. You are looking, ladies and gentlemen, at 2 of the people most responsible for this county to have the SMART plan. Had it not been for the 2 of them, against opposition from certain quarters that said it could not be done, we would not have approved on Tuesday the first 2 important branches of the SMART plan, okay? And it's intelligence, it's talent, it's dedication, and it's also how simpatico the 2 of them are. I always want to have at least one good quote. And last night I was thinking I ought to come up with something from Emile Saint-Lô. Emile Saint-Lô, probably the greatest diplomat in the history of Haiti. And at 3 a.m., I found it, and I tweeted it, in case anybody's doubting that I'm exaggerating here. They had just approved at the United Nations the independence and the creation of Libya soon after they had done Israel. And Haiti was the deciding vote in both cases. But there were difficult times, like the ones that we have just lived through. So one of the other ambassadors came up to him and said, Ambassadeur, he said, Le temps est sombre. Le temps est sombre. And Saint-Lô looked at him and he said, Mais l'esprit brille. Okay, the times are cloudy and dark, but the spirit shines. That's what this city is. That's what your city is. And I'm just so honored. You know, Jose Marti once said, and it's a difficult thing to translate because Spanish it's like French and Creole. It's a very special language. And you can say in 2 words, honrar, honra, which translated means roughly, he who bestows honor honors themselves. The city of North Miami honors itself today. I'm proud to have, I won't say, oh, by the way, when my son said something about me being perfect, I wanted to say, comme ci, comme ça. You know. But I'm proud that I'm here with him. I'm proud that I'm here with my own staff, with my brother Ringo and the rest of the fine people of North Miami. I'm deeply honored. And I was asking another person this morning, what is the one thing that Mayor Joseph always says? By the way, you know what Joseph means in Hebrew, right? And ye shall multiply. So this guy's going to multiply. And their project is very important, so is the transit linkage. But he likes to say, move the city forward? What's the exact say? City on the move. So thank you to the City on the Move. God bless you all.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. And at this time, I would like to invite our mayor, Dr. Smith-Joseph, to the podium with closing remarks.
Closing remarks is pretty much thank you. But right before we do that, Rango, are you still here? I've been trying to get on Rango's good side for the past couple of months. And he say, this is your opportunity. If you let me speak, then we can be friends again. He's one of the guys who knows Suarez very well, so he wanted to say a few words on behalf of Javier.
I don't have to sit for Ringo, do I?
No, you don't. You can just go ahead.
Bonjour, good morning. It's very moving to talk about my brother Javier. It's very difficult to explain. Charles Navour has a song who says it's very hard for people less than 20 years old to know about a certain part of France in Paris. So the one of you, or those of you who are less than 40s, cannot understand what it means to have Javier Suarez as a protector. It's impossible to understand that because the days where they used to call us boat people, refugees, Frenchy, beat us up in the streets, spray on us when we were taking the buses or any mean of transportation. We had a champion who believed that he was not just Cuban, that he was not just Haitian, he was a human being, and he's still a human being. And as a mayor of a city, make everybody understood that Haitians are part of the city to stay, and we gonna participate and be part of this community. So he fought with the Bahamian government to his contact all over to make sure that when he went to the Bahamas, although they tried to ignore his presence, that the Haitian in Cayo Lobos who were being mistreated had a fair shake. That's the kind of person that we, when we say Javier Suarez was the first Haitian mayor of Miami, we really believe in that because he believes he's Haitian himself. So the great philosopher Voltaire wrote that it doesn't matter what you say, you have the right to say it, and someone should fight to death to make sure that what you say, you have the right to say it. And that was Voltaire. And I think that what we present Javier Suarez, what we are doesn't matter. It's what we make of our life. It's the kind of people that we are. And for that, I really thank God that for over 36, 37 years, I could call him my friend, my brother, and I could call our new mayor, my son. But I would miss a great deal if I did not talk about Mayor Joseph, who had seen and had the vision to have 2 days. We've been here for many years, and we have many Haitian agencies, many Haitian community leaders and all that. And this is the first time that Mayor Joseph, who represents all of us, who is the mayor of the city, see fit that we honor a great person. And for that, Mayor, I have to basically tip my hat to you and make sure that we are friends again. So, in closing, I'd like to thank the police department of North Miami for the great job they did, especially with me. We have Neil Cuevas. I was on my bedside during the hurricane. He makes sure he comes 2-3 times a day, bring me water and bring me food, even some avocados. I don't know where he get them from. So Neil, thank you again. And Mayor Joseph and all the commission, I really like the job that you're doing in North Miami. Thank you again.
Okay. At this time, I would like to invite the Honorable Daphne Campbell, Florida State Senator, to the podium with a very special presentation.
I think it's good morning, good afternoon. If I didn't say anything on behalf of Commissioner Suarez, I don't know, I won't sleep tonight. Mayor Smith just said something about how he helped the Haitian. I'm gonna tell you, Commissioner Suarez don't have no TPS. He's a citizen of Haiti. So he's truly Haitian. So, and when I call Commissioner Suarez for anything for the community, I never said, I will give you an answer tomorrow, I will give you an answer the same time. I don't know what he's doing because his son doing the same thing. You call him, you call his son, you got the same answer. And the other day we were having a festival for Haitian, Caribbean festival for the Haitians in Little Haiti, and I called Commissioner Suarez. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna say how much he gave, but he gave us big money. Big money, big checks. So commissioners, I says thank you for everything you have done for the community. And I know today the mayor chose the right person to give the key of the city of North Miami as a state senator, as your state senator as well too. So job well done. So I do have a presentation as well for you. Miss Elizabeth, can you please come forward and bring us the, do they have it? Oh, okay. So we do have a award for you as well for Commissioner Suarez because you've done a lot for the Haitian community. And I have to call you now, you know, Commissioner Suarez Haitian. Do you like that? All right then, so. Can the mayor come forward, my city mayor and all the elected officials come forward and let's present this to our Commissioner Suarez. Vallero.
He's very shy. When he's asleep, he's shy.
And because of the great work of the mayor, I have one for the mayor as well. Mayor Smith, come forward. You know, you don't wait until people die to honor them. You need to honor them while they're alive because the Bible says, give me the roses while I'm alive. So I love to honor people when you do a great job. Mayor Smith has done so many great things in the city of Miami. Don't you agree? So if you agree, give him a hand. And his wife, you see? If you have a good husband, you have a good wife. So whatever he's doing, Patricia is next to him to do it. So both of them are going to receive that. Oh, you're in the middle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mayor. Everybody come. Everybody come with the mayor. Commissioner Suarez, come over as well. Mayor Vallero, come on. You're part of the family. You have citizenship too. Commissioner. We got Commissioner on this floor. Oh, Commissioner. Oh, I didn't. Come on. All the commissioners come.
And the Miami Beach. This is the shorter side.
Miami Beach. Mayor Levine.
Thank you again. And I would like to take a moment to recognize George Seraphin, who walked in representing the Miami-Dade County Courts. Thank you for coming. Okay.
Just got reelected.
Before we close our program today, I would like to invite Mr. Diesla back to the front. He is going to grace us with 2 additional musical selections.
Before I played this last one, I went to take a little break. I was playing earlier. I went to the bathroom. So I was washing my hand. Somebody came close to me and said, "Hi, you the sax?" I said, "Yes." And he goes, "I'm the mayor." So this one goes for you.
Summertime, the first one he did that, you know? But the one he just did, I mean, that was speaking of something for the budget meeting.
That's right.
Actually, I used to play like that.
What was the middle one that you did? I recognize the tune, but.
Thank you.
What was the middle one that you did?
I did,
Right before that?
the one he wanted, Europa.
Oh, Europa, of course.
Gato Barbieri.
Yeah, it's in my top one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you again for that selection. And thank all of you for joining us today as we celebrate this momentous occasion in our city. Commissioner Suarez, we thank you for joining us, and we're so honored to have you and to have had you shared in this moment with the city of North Miami. And this concludes our program. Thank you again.